What is up, everybody? Welcome to Just Add Water Instant Classic. I'm here. My name's Mike.
I'm also Mike.
And I'm the third Mike.
Yeah, we're all named Mike, and it's great. This is a podcast. If you haven't listened to it before, it's not for everybody, but it's definitely for you.
That is an awesome tagline. But I think we're gonna change the tagline every week, maybe.
Just be really just a show that morphs with, just keeps up with current events.
Yeah, keep people on their toes. I think we should dive. I think the first order of business is restaurant segment.
Okay, this is a segment where we come up with some ridiculous idea just for any type of restaurant. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a concept restaurant segment.
But they tend to be a little out there. They're not your average restaurant concepts.
Yeah, you've probably never seen this restaurant before.
Well, because it's a concept.
We can almost guarantee that it hasn't been done.
And so if you want to capitalize on this idea, you're more than welcome to borrow it. We just need 80%. That's all we ask for. So me and Mike D were talking about this yesterday for a minute. Would you say? It wasn't very long.
Yeah, 45 seconds.
But yeah. Yeah, if you do out the math, it was 45 seconds. And Mike always likes to say, like, what should we get to eat? A bagel and a Budweiser. And Matty P likes to say that too. Our good friend Matty P, who's not with us right now. He's at the gym working on his fitness. And he was talking about a little bit about how we should have a mechanism where like the Budweiser would actually fit inside of the bagel. Kind of.
Like the bagel should be the cup holder.
Yeah. And you could like kind of nibble on it while you were like, you take a sip, nibble on the side of it. But so this led to a restaurant title called The Puzzle Plates, which is a pun on this old show called The Puzzle Place from PBS back in like the very early 90s. But it has nothing to do with that at all, aside from puzzles. But so everything you order from the restaurant has to intertwine and interlock in some fashion. So, like, when I said this on the phone with you, it's like every cup has to have a saucer, Everything's got to have its own place. You can't have...
That'll be the mantra.
Yeah.
And I think it should even go so far as, like the tables are actually, like, when you're getting seated at your table, it's just a square, like a perfect square, and the chairs, like, pull out of it somehow.
The chairs are also attached to the
table.
table.
Like, the chairs are, like, perfectly locked up. It's, like, a perfect square, and then, like, they, like, push on, like, 4 pieces of it, and the 4 chairs, like, pop out of it. I think you could do some, like, pretty crazy concept stuff. The bathroom, that obviously could be the Wild West. As far as like, pretty crazy puzzles.
All of the sinks, urinals, and toilets go to the same drain. They all have to interlock.
What about other food type things?
Yeah, so this is like where the discussion is gonna come up about the concept. Like, what types of things do we think we could concoct for this restaurant?
I think a big thing would be food-based utensils. So, like, I saw these things online that were bread gloves that you bake them and then you put your hands in and you can eat them.
Your hands?
It's like the glove is bread and you just eat them. And so that would be kind of like all the silverware, like the napkins. There was a restaurant I went to. I don't know what it was called, but everything was bread. What was it called?
No, that's from Tim and Eric.
Yeah,
no,
Inbreadables.
Inbreadables,
yeah. So I like Inbreadables. I think it's a great concept. But everything being edible isn't the thesis for puzzle plates, right?
Yeah, it's just like, so you order your appetizer, your drink, your entree, maybe like a dessert or whatever, and it all comes out on one thing, and they're all connected somehow.
Okay, so it's much more about the puzzles than it is like food-based puzzles.
Yeah.
Puzzle,
you could still use. I feel like you could still use a fork and knife as you wish, because you're gonna need it to attack these monsters.
But like when those little puzzles or like little metal loops or whatever.
Yeah.
Like your fork and knife should somehow be like interlocked, and you have to like pop them apart.
Maybe they could have it so that Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
now.
like those little like brain teaser things. It should for spatial reasoning or whatever. Like your fork and knife should be like that, and like everything should be.
What about the menu? I feel like you could do something with that.
Yeah, the menu should definitely have some.
You have to put it. They give it to you in like a box, like a jigsaw puzzle, and you have to put the menu together before you can figure out like what the prices are and stuff.
Rubik's Cube menu.
Yeah, yeah. You have to. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like all the blue stuff is like all of like the entrees, and the yellow side's like appetizers. But you like don't know which prices go with what, and so like you don't want to accidentally order like $35 hot wings or something if you mix it up right or wrong. But so. I'm thinking, like, say you get, like, a beer, maybe some hot wings, spaghetti and meatballs as your entree. Mm-hmm. Then, like, your beer is, like, the focal point on the plate. And the spaghetti is, like, all around.
Volcano
Yeah, it's like a volcano. And then the wings would have to be, like, the lava.
The little
spewing
people,
out.
maybe.
Oh, yeah, they could be the people.
Yeah.
Getting run over by.
And so then you have to have someone else put the beer on so that it overflows and comes down
and mixes with the pasta.
Yeah, so you have beer infused pasta. I mean, this is one of the side effects of this concept restaurant segment is that if you don't like to mix your food, it's just.
Well, I like to mix my food.
You don't like to pour beer all over it?
I like Thanksgiving food mixing. I don't know about pouring meatballs in with my beer.
I mean, that's. If you want to have fun,
or maybe like let's say someone at the table orders like a chicken,
like a chicken
then
breast.
like a whole like a rotisserie chicken.
Okay.
Alive?
Someone else's food like could just be inside of it.
Yeah, it all comes on one plate.
You don't know though.
You think everyone's food should be in one thing?
Yeah, it's like
So
a mystery.
you're on like a double date. You, your girlfriend, 2 other people. And they just bring out one giant plate that fits on the square table, locks in, of course.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's just a huge mound of food. You have to, like, find your way through it.
But it's thoughtfully, like put together. It's not like they just dump it all on top of each other.
It's fit together like a puzzle.
Yeah, inside the chicken is like
chefs
my...
and engineers in our kitchen.
Like my mac and cheese is just like inside of my girlfriend's chicken or whatever.
At the bottom of her soup. It's just a pile of mac and cheese. But it's in like a Tupperware container. You just can't see it until you've...
Wait, but you were
soup and all of a sudden,
you were advocating for food mixing though.
No, but this would be even kind of funnier, and it's like a little... Maybe the key is somewhere else, so it's like a little thing of mac and cheese with a little key, but like the key is like in some other part of the food.
It's like Saw. It's like Saw, but like no one dies.
Yeah, and it's
and
like
hopefully no one consumes the keys accidentally.
And when you buy the food, there's actually no guarantee that you're actually going to get access to it. Like you have to earn what you get, in a way.
Or like to make it to your entrees, you have to like complete appetizer level challenges on the way there.
Dessert would be like the pro level.
Dessert should just be like always a default to like a giant cake, like a wedding cake, and each like layer of the cake has just random. Like you might cut a piece open and it's like all pudding inside. It just starts falling out.
It's like a cheesecake part of it.
Yeah. And then you like go to the top part. Maybe it's like, oh, there's where my decaf coffee was. It starts pouring out.
Man, so I don't know if I'm for or against the crazy food mixing. It's so funny though.
It's a concept for a restaurant. That's why I don't want to invest any capital in this. But if someone who hears this starts thinking puzzle plates might be a good place to go, a good place to make, then they should by all means do it. I just demand free meals.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, I love that, dude. That was a great segment.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah, let's give it up.
Thank you.
Let's give it up.
And thank you to our sponsors too. Mike, do you want to shout them out?
Yeah, our sponsor today is Wendy's. Grab yourself a spicy chicken sandwich and a spicy chicken nugget down at Wendy's. Located on every block in New York.
Yeah, thanks to Wendy's. Thanks for making the Frosties better again. They were.
What are you talking about?
I thought they were really watery for like a year, and now I think they started using a little bit of milk again. So thank you.
I like to say no thank you to Wendy's because their Frosty selection has gone from 10-3. They got rid of chunks. There's no Oreos. There's no anything. now.
It's well established that you have a chunk bias.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a big fan of chunks.
Some people don't mind a smooth dessert.
Everyone loves Oreo frosty milkshakes, whatever you want to call it, and they took it away.
Yeah.
Inexcusable to you?
Inexcusable. Same thing as Shake Shack. They don't have chunks either. It's absurd.
It's a trade-off, okay? And when you add complexity to a fast food place, it just like slows it down and makes it worse. So they just realized they weren't making enough money. And this actually parlays nicely into my segment of the day, which is a la mode segment, which is it's a food-based segment, and I want to talk about cold cuts today.
A la mode.
Because I think the same reason that Wendy's stopped having the Oreo chunks is the reason why Boar's Head claims they have chicken cold cuts, but they're actually just turkey.
Oh, okay.
Because like it doesn't make sense to actually do. Well, first of all, I think Boar's Head is great. It's the gold standard of cold cuts. Make nice sandwiches for yourself. It's a good cheap option. But what bothers me is like the hunk. It's like a big. You see it in the deli window. It's like a big hunk of. It's like there's no part of the like. What is that hunk of meat? Is that just like the whole animal in a blender?
Yeah.
And then like somehow compressed to like what is that?
I really hope not, because that would.
But like, what do you think
Yeah.
is a giant breast? Like a big giant turkey breast is like that big. It's bigger than a turkey.
No, turkeys are huge in real life. They're massive. So I think that could be there's no way you think they put it in a blender and they can form a rock of turkey.
Yeah, they do. I know they do this.
That's what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is.
That's disgusting. I'm not ever getting that again.
Why? The cold cuts, they're cheap. They're like the hot dog of like sandwich.
So you're saying every time I go to the deli or grocery store and I ask for like slices of turkey, that's just from turkey in a blender formed into a rock?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What did you think it is? It doesn't have a grain. Have you ever, when you eat turkey on Thanksgiving and there's like, you can see that the meat has a grain to it and it like actually, you can tell that this was part of an animal. Then when you get cold cuts, it's like a powder. It's not really, it doesn't have a grain.
I always thought it was like the meat from multiple turkeys. And then they just like combined that, maybe blended that or whatever, but.
The blending part is what freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah, blending's a horrible
Because that's what
word.
they do at like McDonald's for their nuggets and stuff. They just throw the chicken in a blender and then make nuggets. But I didn't think they did that for Boar's Head, the luxury of deli meats.
It is the Cadillac
Yeah.
of the deli meats. But Boston Mike, I want to hear about you and this buffalo chicken cold cut that you're claiming.
Boar's Head has a buffalo chicken breast, and it's really, really good. It's my favorite cold cut to use. When I lived in Georgetown, in between junior and senior year, I would go like every week, go to Safeway, and get like half a pound or 3/4 of a pound or something of Boar's Head buffalo chicken. Walk home, stick that bad boy in the little mini fridge. That'd be my week lunch every day.
But the buffalo chicken, that's even more, ridiculous of a not from a turkey. That's all blender right there to me. Like, where's the buffalo?
I
part
think
coming
it's
from?
actually turkey too.
You think the chicken is actually turkey? Can you elaborate on that point?
Like at Subway?
Yeah, so at Subway, if you order an Italian cold cut combo sandwich, I think you can actually read it on the menu. It says that consists of ham, turkey, and pepperoni, and then other stuff. But it says like the ham. It says all meats on the sandwich are turkey based, which like so the pepperoni and the ham.
Where does it say that?
It like says it on. I think it says it underneath like the Italian cold cut. It says like all of the meats are turkey based because they call it ham, which like implies that it's not a turkey.
Implies that it's ham.
Yeah, that it's ham. And same with the pepperoni. Pepperoni does not come from turkeys, but apparently it's just pretty much because turkey's the cheapest, I guess. It's just they just use turkey for everything, and then they'll just flavor it like whatever.
That's so messed up.
Why?
Well, I do like turkey, I suppose.
Turkey's good.
But that's just so deceiving.
I expect that from Subway though.
Yeah, I hate Subway.
Yeah, but what I'm
not sponsor Subway. They're not a sponsor.
The smelliest bread in the world, so disgusting they make it with yoga mat chemicals.
Okay.
They really do though. Remember that news story? There was like some chemical they used in the process of making yoga mats. They also used for making the Subway bread. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. That's ridiculous.
Pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, but Subway, although their food is terrible, the smell is captivating. I love it.
You do?
Do you just stop into Subway just to get a big whiff?
Take it all in. What were you telling me about your friend that would was it your friend or Devaine's friend about the cookie bartering?
Oh, so Devane has a friend who does that. I also have a friend who has done that, but
Do you want
they like to go into Subway and at the end of the shift
Ken did this?
and be like, hey, like, I know you're throwing out those cookies at the end of the day. Let me get them. Let me get the whole rest of them for like $3 or $4 or something. Which can work. I don't know. I've never done that.
At Dunkin' Donuts, they give out like all the day-old ones like at the end of the day usually. Like a couple of my neighbors used to work at Dunkin' Donuts, and they would just like get to bring home like a few boxes if they had the last shift. Same with Georgetown Cupcake. Like all those kids who would just come with like 3 boxes of Georgetown Cupcakes just because their shift ended and they didn't sell them, and so you gotta get rid of them.
Did you guys go there often?
Georgetown Cupcake?
Yeah. Oh, we would get the free one.
Yeah, we would rob them blind every damn day. Georgetown Cupcake, we lived across the street from there senior year, and they would give out 100 free ones at every location they have every day, starting at 10 a.m., and so you just have to be one of the first 100 people to order. You just walk in and order it as if you were ordering anything, and then they say, like, do you want anything else? And you just go, nope. They ring you up for $0 and
wait. So what
give
time?
up.
How long? Like the first? It was in 10 minutes.
Not that many people knew. No.
Yeah.
So you could do
it's
it
like on
within the first
Facebook.
hour.
Facebook just says like they post it and say, here's the secret flavor of the day, first 100 people, and then you go and just be like, I'll have that awesome Thin Mint chocolate cookie, whatever the heck that was. Such a good cupcake, please, for free instead of $3. And they just hand it over, and you would just leave there feeling like an old 1920s gangster in your suit with a giant hat, shooting rifles,
shooting laser beams.
Everybody has a price.
Everybody has a price.
Okay,
All right, Mike. I think Mike Wendy's has a segment prepared as well.
Personal segment.
Segment. Bringing back again from last week the squashed carrots or mashed carrots, was it? Or
squashed carrots.
Sort of a spin on that. Last week we talked about we'll get the soundboard soon.
Yeah.
But last week I talked about the film Neighbors, which I continue to recommend with a buy rating. It was great. But
6.2 out of 7.
Yeah, squashed carrots. So this week's a little bit different. I've been kind of disappointed with movies so far this year. We had a great Oscar run, except for American Hustle. All those movies were great. But this year, there sort of haven't been any good movies except for Grand Budapest Hotel and Neighbors and maybe Spider-Man. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But next year, though, is going to be the most unbelievable year for movies. I'll list them, and then I'll ask a question about why this is. So coming out next year, just to go through some of the top ones, we have Jurassic Park Remake. I don't like this next one, but it's coming out. Entourage. Avengers 2. Pitch Perfect 2, Fast and Furious 7, Taken 3, 50 Shades of Grey, which will be my favorite one of the year. This one, Boss Mike, I feel like you would love, Jungle Book.
Jungle Book remake?
Yes.
Live action?
I don't know if it's animated or not, but I feel like it'll be good. Hunger Games, which will be amazing. Mission Impossible 5, for some reason that's still being made. And, of course, the one that will break movie theaters, Star Wars. So
Star Wars 7, Episode 7.
Yeah.
And is Interstellar on that list too?
And that may be coming out in 2016 because it said the trailer said 1 year from now, but it also said 2014. I don't know. Yeah, a new Christopher Nolan movie trailer just
that
hit.
might be coming out too.
New Christopher Nolan movie trailer just hit the World Wide Web last night, and it looks crazy as all Christopher Nolan movies do. But I just was wondering, what do you guys think about how can there be such home run movies coming out next year and just none this year? Like, how is that possible?
I don't know if it's just a lot of like marketing ploy. Like the Lord of the Rings stuff was just like when they first came out was just genius, because as soon as you left the theater from the first one, you were like that you already knew it was going to be a year away. Like, and that just keeps the hype going around year round. They just like release one trailer like a third way through the year, another trailer 2/3, and then the movie comes out, and like that's all you have to do. We're like, so we've known about Star Wars 7 for like what, a year now?
Decades,
we talked about it on
dude.
Brostalgia. And so
Well, when
like the hype is just so like,
Man, I hope it's good.
yeah, if it's not good, it will really be a bummer.
But I was thinking maybe it, so restaurants will intentionally be near other restaurants and shops and other shops because, the more there are together, you have, more walk-bys and more sales. Are they doing this because they're like, okay, well, if we release all these movies together, people will just go and see a lot of movies together. They're all coming out near each other, and this just give up on 2014.
I don't know. Aren't they like competitors though? Like it's not like you're gonna go to the movie theater. It's different from like going to a mall and shopping where you would be like, oh, I need to grab this at this store, and oh, while I'm here, I might as well go check out this other place. Where it's like when you go to a movie theater, you don't like come out of a movie and go like, oh, now I'm gonna go see like spend another 3 hours watching something else. You might still see all the ads and stuff and be like, oh, I want to come back and see that next week. Definitely possible, but I feel like it's not as cut and dry as like something else just because it's such a time investment.
I think it's also economically related too. Movies are one of the first things people cut out when times are tough, but we're doing okay so far. But we actually have a question from one of our audience members. Maka Flame Attorney at Law has submitted a question about what movie deserved a sequel and never got one, and what would the sequel be about?
Just of all time?
Yeah, just in general. Like, what movie do you wish had a sequel?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Maka. What do you think?
I'm trying to think of like my favorite movies that aren't part of a series.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of ones that probably would have for not some either tragedy or like some random bad thing happening to prevent it.
I can think of one maybe. Like Truman Show is one of my favorite movies. Like one of my favorite like relatively serious movies. And I would love to see like another movie about that, but just like not Truman Show too, but like another like giant conspiracy setup of like a TV program where someone is the only person not in on it and everyone else is like actors or something, or like a spin on that. yeah, Ed TV. No, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, Truman Show was great.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of my favorite movies are like already have sequels.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
Toy
say.
Story like was awesome when like 2 and 3, but 2 and then finally 3 came out.
Yeah, that's why
Lord of the Rings was obviously.
That's why I was going down the route of like something external prevented it, right? Because if it was a great movie and there should have been a sequel, there probably would be because there'd be money in it. So like there either has to be no money behind, like it might be a cult classic that I just really like and there's no money, or like the director
Copyright
did something else, or like
What about like Inception?
Yeah, that's like self-contained kind of, right?
Chinception.
Is there room for like a sequel to that? There's like they leave you with one lingering question.
Yeah.
Like, do you need 3 hours to answer that question or 2 hours?
But they could have easily made so much money doing Inception too.
Yeah, that's true. But any movie he comes out with is gonna put up numbers just like it. I don't know. I feel like that's just him not want. Like, I don't think he wants to do another trilogy.
Yeah.
Like he did for Batman. But I don't know. As for like some of the scheduling, now it's like Avengers, all the Marvel movies, they have like a schedule of like when they're all gonna come out.
because they're advertising for the combined movie. Like it's just all one big cycle of just constantly. There's always one going on.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention Avatar 2 will be coming out next summer as well.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah.
There's really another one?
There's going to be another one after that as well. We have 3 lined up. It'll be even better. It'll be in 4D by that point.
5 dimensions.
No,
You'll go to the movie theater and leave immediately having already seen it in the past.
Will they have smell-o-vision?
Hopefully.
Yeah. I went to like a IMAX place once where I saw like the Polar Express movie, except it was like cut down to like 20 minutes. And the chair would move around a lot and stuff, like with the train going and stuff. And they would give you like hot chocolate smells.
No way.
And things. And like you would feel like it was like raining at times. Like snow would fall from the sky.
Is
So
this
like
real?
that could be, yeah. It was in Massachusetts at like a Jordan's Furniture like / weird IMAX place that we had.
What?
I couldn't possibly make this up.
Is that like Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins? It's a perfect
Yeah,
marriage.
kind of.
Furniture store and an IMAX.
Yeah. It doesn't show like any like normal movies. It's all like, like they might show like an Earth movie where it's just like
Right.
cool images.
It's like
or
a-
space.
It's like a
something.
planetarium.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
even makes these movies with the hot chocolate smell?
Yeah. So I don't know if like that's maybe going to be the future at one point where they actually do include smells and play with your other senses a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Like a
movies.
scary movie where like they like blow air on your ankles like when there's spiders on the screen or something and make you think like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you're getting trapped in there.
There are certainly some movies that I hope they don't go back and remaster and add smell in. Because, like...
Like Lord of the Rings with all the orcs trudging through the mud.
yeah, it's like...
You're like, oh my god.
Now remastered for 5D, like,
Yeah.
with smells.
With smells and in the past. And no time technology.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's like the Matrix, though, getting plugged in and you just download, like,
Right.
knowledge and skills and stuff. That's coming. Boston Mike, you will be able to just see movies like that.
I'm excited.
You might actually watch some movies.
Yeah. Because if it doesn't take me any time, yeah, I'll watch Gladiator, okay? I'll finally say I've seen it.
Oh, for sequels, there was a script for a Gladiator sequel, and apparently it was like really crazy. I think part of it was time traveling, like very, very crazy. It didn't get made, but people loved that. People loved Gladiator. That definitely would have made money, but apparently
Yeah.
the script for it was like off the wall. Like,
Sounds cool.
yeah, it doesn't sound cool though. It's like not time travel is not part of Russell Crowe's wheelhouse.
Russell Crowe can do anything. Come on. All right.
Well, all right, guys. We wanted to keep it a little shorter because people seem to like our show from what I've heard last week, but it was just a little too time intensive. We don't have that 5D technology yet on the show,
Yeah.
but we're hoping to.
Maybe in the next week or two we'll have it, so you don't actually have to listen to us speak. You can just sort of absorb it passively.
Yeah. But thanks for listening, everyone, to Just Add Water Instant Classic. Hopefully this episode is slightly better than the last, and the next one will be better than this. Have a good week, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. We love you.